Wait. So today's meeting, before starting about today's meeting, OTT is a place where we can share knowledge, technology, anything curious, interesting, fun about technology. So anyone who wants to share something, let us know. Send Harry a message. We'll schedule a Friday to present. And today we are going to talk a little bit about organizing commits with Git. And before starting with the commands that we are going to use, I need to do some disclaimers about this. Um, the first one, we are going to see some commands using Rebase, and it's not recommended. You should avoid using Rebase and push force in branches that are shared for with other developers or that should be stable branches. This could cause other developers to lose their reference when they are coding. So should avoiding doing that with stable branches. And the second disclaimer is almost the opposite. It's like Git's pretty flexible, and if things get really messy, probably there's a way to fix this. But we don't want to cause issues to fix that later. So yeah, we should avoid doing these to stable branches. And yeah, let's go. So we are going to talk a little bit about the some commands that can be useful to have like a clean Git tree history. Um, we'll talk a little bit about the amend option to an existing commit, rebasing a series of commits that exists already, squash one commit into another, rename a message from commit, edit one commit. It can pause and let edit anything within that commit and continue. And the drop when one commit proven not to be necessary, and we decide that that commit should not be part of the code. It's possible to drop also on that specific commit. Um, we'll talk a little bit also about adding changes from a file into separate commits. There might be cases when we have things that were changed on the same file, but we want to do separate commits, one for each of the changes. It's possible. We'll see a little bit about the ref log. This allows us to see uh, all the commits, even the ones that don't have a branch attached pointing to them. And we'll see also a difference between what's the merge and what's the rebase. Okay, now I'm going to share my entire screen. We will see the demo on this part. I suggest that if you want to try and explore a little bit, I suggest creating a separate repository to test those comments, just to make sure if something goes wrong, to won't be it would cause any problem. In this case, I will use my Git Playground repository. I just cloned it to my computer. And some of the comments that we are going to see are the commit amend. We'll have git push with the force option. We'll have the interactive rebase, saying how many commits we want to rebase. We'll have also the rebase to a specific branch. We'll have the add for parts of the file, the add minus p, and we'll see the reflog and the reset -- hard with for a commit hash when we want to changing the current branch to point to another commit. Let me share the entire screen. The font size good for everyone? Thanks. So in this case, we have this repository with only the master branch. When we start a story, the first thing, usually we create a branch for that feature. So let's create a new branch. We just say feature for that branch. This is the checkout comment. And we can see, oh, I forgot the minus B feature. Okay. This switched me to the feature branch. They are both pointing to the same commit from master. And here we can start our example. Let's say that for this feature, we have a file. I'm just going to add this file to the repository, and then we start to include operations, CRUD operations on this file, just to give some examples. It's being staged for adding. There you go. We have another commit, adding the feature txt file, blank file for now. And then we are going to start like creating the read operation. And then let's say that for read operation, we'll have like, we return the ID, first name, and last name. Then we can, everything works. Let's commit this file. Then we have a new commit with the read command. Let's push this one to our remote feature branch. It's going to create new branch in the GitHub repository, name it feature. And let's say in this case, forgot a semicolon. That happens sometimes. And in this case, we don't want to have another commit saying, okay, I'm adding a semicolon. I just want this to be part of the read operation. One of the commands we can use in this case is displays that this file has changes. If we refresh, we can see that this adds the semicolon that was missing. And then we can add this file, staging. Refresh this one. It has been added. Now we can commit using the amend option. This amend option adds the difference to the same commit as before, as if it was the same commit without creating new commits. It allows to change this commit message. The commit message is fine for this one. Let's close. And then if we refresh the Git history, we can see that this adds with the operation is with the semicolon that was missing. And there's still this feature branch on the remote without the semicolon. Okay, so my local version is fine. I need to update my remote. Let's push. And then we figure out that it doesn't allow us to push because it says that the current branch is behind the remote branch. This happens because it would accept only commits from this node to be pushed without force. In cases like this, when we generate new commit hash, they have different hashes. One starts with 15, another is BA, and they both start on the adds feature wrapper. So this it doesn't allow to push without the force option. So in this case, we are fine with forcing this to be pushed. We can use dash dash force or shortcut the dash F, both mean the same. Then our remote branch is also pointing to this one with the semicolon. This one. So okay, that's fine. Let's add another operation. Let's add the create, and then create. It's going to have an ID. It's going to have the first name. It's going to have the last name, and it's going to have the phone number. So yeah, this is the create step. Let's add this one. Have committed the create, and let's push this one. Looks good. No problem without for pushing without force because we started from the point that it was expecting. We can have the delete. Let's say that we have a typo here, so we can fix this later. And then we push. And let's say also that during the story development, that might be updated, but not, let's say that, not sure, update. And then it is going to have ID, first name, phone number. Okay, and then we figure out that both create and the update have phone number, and we are not reading the phone number. So we might want to add the phone number to the read process too. So let's add, but we also, in this case, we also want to do the same we did for the semicolon that was missing, but the commit that added the read process is far beyond where we are currently. So this can be solved using the rebase command. So first thing, we will commit what we want to happen. We want to add this one. Adds missing property. Okay. And we can push, there's no problem. Now, what we want to do is squashing both commits. This one with the missing property that we added, with this one for the read operation. So now it's time to use the git rebase. Um, I'm not going to rebase with master or any other branches. I just want to rebase those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commits. So we can say head, and we can say how many commits we want to rebase. It rebase out -I interactive rebase. So it displays. It asks us what are the operations you want to do, what commits do you want to change. So this is the one that we want to move with the other one. We can see that it brings lots of options here. The default option is pick. Pick is just use the commit the same way they are. Reword is when I have a commit, I want to use the code the same way it is, but I want to edit the commit message. The edit command, it's going to stop, and then on that commit, it will allow us to change anything in the code. This squash is going to merge the commit from bottom to the top. This is the one that we are going to use for this one. Let's and then it allows also to move commits. It's not just this one to squash with the commit above. It allows us also to move this to any place that we want. Like we can put this in second place so that this missing property to read will be squashed into the read operation. There are some other options. There's the drop options. We are going to use this on the update. And also, it's possible to note that this has shortcuts. If we type just D instead of drop, it's going to do the same. And same for each of them. This one is the one that we did a typo, and we want to change the commit message. So this is the reward. Okay, and it's going to do a commit at a time. Each operation that we asked it here, it's going to pick this one, it's going to squash this one. We'll have some conflicts. We'll fix those conflicts. And then it's going to pick this commit, this create operation the same way it is. It's going to stop to allow us to edit this delete message to fix this typo. And it's going to drop this update operation that it's not necessary. And okay, we can save this, save and close this page. And then it starts the rebasing. So if you run git status, it says that it's going to pick the read operation, and it's going to squash the missing property to read. So as this missing property to read currently happens after the update, delete, and create, we can see that all of the commands are here. But for that first step, we want just to add the phone number. So let's have this one. We want the current change. We want to do this one and save. This is the first step of those of the rebase of 5 steps. So let's save this one, close. And after finishing a merge in the rebase, a merge conflict, it's necessary to add the file and to run a rebase continue. So there we go. Let's go adding and then git rebase. dash continue. If you leave this way, it will combine both messages on the commit message. So we want to keep just the first message. Messages, lines with start Smith bound, they are not added to the description, but this one would be added. I want to remove this, close this file. Okay, now we are on another rebase step where it also conflicted on the feature. Let's check the conflict. So we have here one with ID, first name, last name, and then we have the create operation. So the second commit that creates the create operation. So let's add both changes. It skipped the phone number for the read. Let's just add here phone number. Want to make sure that this is still on the read. And the diff that's going to capture is this part, like the create and then this line. And it should be good to go. Same thing, git add, rebase, continue. Create operation. And then here, the delete operation is the one that we choose for editing commit message. Let's remove the extra letter of this and save this one and close. And here, if we refresh, we can see those are the 3 commits for my local branch that have been added. So I have the read with the phone number, create operation, okay, delete operation. We no longer have the update that we dropped, and yeah, it looks fine. We still have the reference for the remote branch here for the feature. Let's just save this hash and then let's push. It's not going to allow us to push without force because we changed the entire commit tree from this to this. So it's necessary to use -F. And then if we refresh this page, we can still see those commits here. But if we close this and open again this tool, we will not see this anymore. So if we close and open again, then it just shows the branches that has commits associated with them. So one of the things that can be done when we want to save some branches pointing to some references is that we can have a save me branch. Let's say that we have like save me pointing to the commit hash that we had before. I pointed to the wrong commit. Okay. In this case, this command allows to show not only the commits that has branches associated with them, but it also displays some other commits that I have in my local computer that don't have branches pointed to them. So let's say that we want to go to this commit, which adds the delete operation. We can copy the hash, and then we can point the save me branch to that commit. Reset. it's pointing to the older commit that existed and was not displaying here. So in case we lose some reference that we need to revert to that point, we can use the ref log. It's going to show everything that happened, even the branches that are not mapped to a commit anymore. So yeah. To recap, let's see if I mentioned about everything. Yeah. Oh, there's one more thing. We used the rebase with the number of commits. Let's say that we want to rebase to a specific branch, and on that branch, other teams are working, and that they have the description. So other teams worked on that branch. They push it to the master branch. So master branch is here. Feature branch is behind the master branch. It started from README and split it here. So Rebase allows us to move all of the commits to the top of the master branch. So if we use git rebase and then point to a specific branch, actually I need to go to that branch before and git checkout and then feature. And then we want to repeat the rebase command. And what's going to do is that it's going to add all the commits on top of the branch that we want. This will have like ordered version of the commits that have been added. And then this will require to push with force for that feature. So yeah, we are getting on time. Let's do real quick next steps. So difference between merge and rebase is that merging keeps the commits to their original state, don't change anything, the commit hash anything, and create one new commit joining the main or master branch and all the other commits. While Rebase rewrites all the commits history on top of the main or master branch. So this gives more flexibility, but has the side effect of being more have more potential of pitfalls. And here on the presentation that we can share later, there are some shortcuts that I used during the presentation to make it easier to run some commands. And also some of the bash RC files. This one really useful when we resolve merge conflicts and it keeps some org files spread on the project. This removes all of the org files. And this one is the one that displays on my terminal what's the current branch I'm working on. It can be added to the bash RC. So now, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, we can discuss. Thank you. Okay, if any questions for now, thanks, and feel free to reach me out on Slack if you have any questions in the future. Yeah. that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Really cool. Thank you.
See you guys. Have a nice
See you.
weekend.
See you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.